Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This here is my 2020 sketchbook tour lockdown edition. I believe this sketchbook here shows my growth overall this year compared to all the other sketchbooks I've shown on my channel. So let's take a look. So the very first, or the cover page, was pretty much me making stickers because I was bored. And the quote, and the fortune cookie at the top was like, you can either follow your fears or be led by your passion, which really speaks to me this year because I was supposed to start my art store, which is why the stickers are on here. But this is just like test. And 2020 did not turn out, or didn't turn out for anybody great this year. So 2021 will be the year I start. So the stickers here is from my manga with my character Seether Osper from my manga project. I'm still working on the title, but I probably call it Embers. So if you want to see it. The second page is just some female anatomy studies. You see I started this on March 14th, 2020, right when the lockdown happened. The second page is just some gesture studies. I wanted to push my poses more since I tend to make my characters stiff. And this here is just some face studies. I was trying to get used to drawing faces and noses and, well, different type of noses and faces. This one is my favorite. This here is fan art study piece of Link from Legend of Zelda. Pretty much I was using my brush pen mainly for the hair. Then I'm using my micron for like the little sketchy scratchy stuff. And this one here, I just wanted to use my Copic markers. I wanted to learn how to blend. And I loved how it come out actually, especially the hair. This here are some character concept sketches. You'll see this character around a lot. He's also from my manga project. His name is Sign Art. This is just some tree studies. I was bored, so I wanted to try to draw some different variety of trees and color them. This here was supposed to be a mouth and nose study, but I wound up coloring this one. The ink kind of smudged on his nose, so that's why I hate it, but I love how I did the hair. And you can see the different types of mouths I was trying to do. I know this was from Pinterest, and then that was from Pinterest, and I tried to do my own. You can see them. It was more of a dynamic pose study I was trying to do. I changed it up a little bit, but I found the image on Pinterest. And this was more, I think, drawing the body in perspective. You can see how I messed it up right here. So I redrew it and got it again. Then more studies of like how to bend the torso or move it in a three-dimensional way. And this was just trying to do the body in perspective. This was just some anatomy studies. And this was just a character concept sheet of Mother Ara, of what she might look like. And some more character studies, just to get used to drawing them more. I forgot what this says. I have it written down somewhere. some feet and hand studies. I wanted to learn how to draw them better. Some more feet, arms, and hands anatomy studies. I want to get better at it. I think feet are easier to draw more than hands. I actually did the hands right here. And I tried to do the arm like it was raising up. I made that one too long. But I think I got it down. And this is another character study from my webcomic. His name is Nasai. This here's another fan art piece I never finished. I did something else instead. But I was going to draw like his water attack around them. I just never finished it. I probably will. But I liked how it was, and I didn't want to ink it, so I left it alone. More character studies of my character from my manga, Seether. I made his body too long, so I had to stop working on it. This here was more of a nose and mouth study. I wanted to learn how to try to wrap the mouth around the face and also work on the nose. So I like that one the most. More mouth studies. And this was a color practice. I used a reference from Pinterest to try to color it with my Copic markers. And I love how it turned out. I could have did a little better on the top blending, but I like it. This was eye studies. I love this page. It was actually really easy for me. Hands are like the hardest, but eyes were like really easy. Little face studies here and there of my other character. You'll see them later on. And this was also the same character. I like that face the most, so this is what he looks like in the manga. His name is Talon. And this was just a reference from a manga page. I was trying to see if I can draw without using guidelines. I just used like a little skeleton, if you can see it. And another fan art page of Garo from One Punch Man Season 2. All these were from, I know this was from the manga page. This is from, I think, Pinterest. I just drew his eyes. And this was more dynamic pose practice. These are from Pinterest, fighting pose. I need to start pushing my anatomy more, or like exaggerating the poses, or more hand studies, because I suck at them. I should have did more on this page, but I didn't. And this was supposed to be a perspective practice piece, but I just never finished it. I forgot I was going to draw in there. I think it was like a garden way or some kind of entry way. More perspective pieces, or yeah, pretty much more perspective pieces. I like how that came out. I gotta learn how to draw. I get it. Certain perspectives. That's why I wrote it down. I gotta learn more. So next year, my new sketchbook, it's gonna be all concept pieces and perspective practice. This one was how I come up with my story ideas, a video I made on my channel a few months ago. And this is for a short story. It's like a comedy type thing. And this one, it took me like a while to draw. That's why his body is so stiff, because I didn't know what to do and I should have pushed the pose more. And here's the character fully drawn out from earlier, sign art from my manga. Yep. And this is Talon, the one I showed earlier. And this was some environment studies. I found these on Pinterest and just put my characters in them. I wanted to color them, but I was like, no, I love how they look, so I left it in black and white. This right here is some more environment studies. I never finished this one. I should have did it. This is my favorite one. And then the one I never finished, I think it was like a snowy town. It was from, all these images are from, well, yeah, all these drawings I got reference from Pinterest. And this is more character concepts. I was trying to figure out a face for Mother Ara, and I went with this one. So she would look like this in the manga. But this is other face variations. And you can see well, to me, I have improved a lot with my face studies compared to like the first few pages of my sketchbook. This right here was more gesture studies. All these are from Pinterest, or the reference images were from Pinterest, and I use it for practice. This was just some t-shirt designs. I used that one. I gotta fix it up, but these are nothing. I trashed them. And I think more head face studies. I don't know why I couldn't draw this day. Look at that. More gesture studies. Trying to get going. This was supposed to be a cover page, but I made his body way too long, and I made his head way too big, so I'm gonna redraw it. But these are the characters from my manga. This is Seether, and this is the god Soul. I don't want to go into too much detail, but if you want to know about the lore of my manga, I have more videos on there with me drawing the pages out if you're interested. More gesture studies and anatomy studies. Try to do more in perspective. I got some, I think, polochromatic color pencils, and I was trying to use them. I just never finished the drawing because I didn't like how it turned out at first. And then when I looked back at it, I was like, oh, it's not bad. Should have finished it. And this was just more studies. I think I got that off Pinterest. It was just more studies. more reference from Pinterest that I use, and it's just my characters. I like that one the most, so I colored it. And this is Adora, Caesar's mother, which is him. That's his mom. And I'm just trying to get used to drawing her, just as a quick fun practice. Even try to give her a tattoo. This one's more of a landscape piece. I'm actually coloring this digitally. I'm almost done. I just want to try to learn how to paint it and get the lighting and atmosphere. And this was a drawing I was going to color because I was using my dip pen. And the video, I posted it about, I think, a month ago about I didn't like this drawing, but it was alright. And I used my dip pen to ink it, and then I try to go over it with my Copic markers, and it smudged, so I tried to do watercolor, but watercolor wasn't meant for this, so I just left it alone. More gesture studies. This was a day when I could not draw. I didn't know why. I couldn't draw a head or face or anything. Then I finally got it. This is the same guy from my manga, The Priest Sign Art. Just some random studies. More random studies. Some more gesture studies. I found these on Pinterest, and I like how he pushed the poses. I need to do mine better though. And this is a new character. I'm coloring this digitally. This is a new character from my manga. His name is Gaji. He's a hunter. More gesture practice. I found this on Pinterest as well. I just put them in the clothes. I tried to do shoes in my first attempt. And then more gesture practice. All these were from Pinterest as well. See how I push my pose more on these compared to my earlier pages. I did this because I felt like I wasn't growing enough. Then I was like, then I think a day or two later, I was like, you know what? I need to shut up. I grew a lot this year. And then some face studies. There's character design. He looks completely different compared to this. But I love how I did the nose. Some gesture drawings. Another fan art piece. This was more dip pen practice. I wanted to get better at it. This is Shinra Kusakabe from Fire Force. And all these references were from manga pages. More gesture drawings. Pretty much more reference drawing. I can't talk. Pretty much some more reference drawings. I got this from a manga page. I forgot what, but I just used my character. More studies. Try to do him with his halo design or his awakening mode. And that's supposed to be him summoning Soul Spear. and more reference. I like that one the most. More anatomy studies, try to do it in perspective. More hand studies. And more anatomy studies. And I think that's pretty much it. Oh, nope, one more page. I try to do my character as a character from Demon Slayer. It's my character see there again from my manga. I didn't like how I did the leg. I didn't like how I did the legs. And then I realized I did this pose before, so I just never did it, finish it. This was more for face gesture studies. Just using my character. I like that one the most. And then there's some random samurai dude. More gestures. More gestures. Then I was trying to draw Sora from like the original Kingdom Hearts concept art. I didn't get it exactly right, so I was going to redraw it. And see all that, but yep, I think that's the last page actually. Yep. Well, thanks for stopping by and watching my sketchbook tour. I think this sketchbook here showed more growth instead of actual finished pieces. So my next sketchbook will be more studies, try to do more concept pieces, more character design, breakdowns, and expressions, and also more perspective because I need to work on my perspective, especially if I'm trying to do like cityscapes and stuff. Well, thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye.